What's up, guys? You are now tuned in to the Pretty Little Liars after show of The Perfectionists, episode 7, entitled Dead Week. Claire announces Taylor is alive, relationships are rekindled, and Mona wants to take Dana down. Stay tuned.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
What's up, guys? We are back for another after show of The Perfectionists. I am here with my lovely co-host, Chae. How are you today?
I'm feeling awesome because we got to talk about A during this entire episode.
Oh, she's been so excited about that.
That was really awesome. Like, this entire scene was that.
Yeah, I knew when we watched it, I knew she was going to be here for it. But we have a jam-packed show for you guys. Like I said, we're going to be talking about Claire's announcement to Taylor of Taylor being alive, relationships that were rekindled between Andrew, Dylan, Zach, Ava, and so on. And also, we're going to talk about Dana Booker. She's just cutting up this episode. But before we get into that, let's go ahead and get into some overall thoughts. So what were you thinking, or how did you feel about this episode?
Overall, like, why we gotta do this through college, man? That week, it legit is crazy. Like, I remember midterm week, I wanted to just not be there anymore.
Yeah.
It was just a time in your life where you're just like, thank God you graduated.
Yeah.
You never have to deal with it again. And I was like feeling the emotions they were feeling a little bit because somebody's trying to kill you. Somebody's blackmailing you. Oh, but then I have 4 term papers, 3 essays, and art history puzzle piece I got to figure out. Really, those people?
Yeah, I agree. It was definitely a pressure-filled episode. They not only had to worry about their personal lives, well, they had to worry about their futures and their personal lives that were falling apart at the same time. And we kind of saw how they tried to deal with it. Some not so good. Some it kind of worked out. And yeah, but overall, I thought it was a pretty good episode. I was telling you earlier, I thought it was kind of slow. Maybe I'm just used to all of that action jam-packed, and I feel like this episode, we just got those little, what do you call them? Filler things, to lead up to something bigger and greater. So I don't know, but let's go ahead and get into it. So Claire is planning to, she planned and she did announce that Taylor was alive. How did you feel about that? Like, what do you think that means for Taylor's future now?
Well, you ain't in the shadows no more, baby. So,
yeah.
I mean, for her future, I think it just means now you have to work double time, twice as hard to figure out who tried to kill you, who killed your brother. Mm-hmm. Because if you don't figure it out, you're next.
Yeah.
So I feel like they said, it's dead week. Everybody is feeling pressure.
Yeah.
It's not just the college students. It's Taylor. It's Mona. It's Allison. It's a little bit of everybody here.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just worried about how she'll be able to pick up the pieces. Like, how is she going to be able to move on from the situation? Are people going to view her differently? Like, they announced it, but it's just so many things that I feel like questions that still need to be answered on why people are going to want to know. Why did she fake her death? Why did this happen? Why did that? I mean, do you think they're going to verbally say, oh, I pretended to die because someone was out to get me? Or how do you think that's going to go about?
I mean, her only element right now is a surprise. Surprise, she didn't die. She's alive.
Right.
So now whoever did it to her is going to have to figure out how to act or counteract to said actions.
Right. But no, I guess I'm just thinking about her personally. Like, how is she going to be able to overcome the pressures of what happened? Because not like you said, she's going to, honestly, they might be after her again, knowing that she's still alive. So dealing with that and dealing with being in the public eye, I feel like that would be a lot of pressure for her.
Well, she said it was ironic. I came back during Dead Week, one of the most pressure-filled weeks in life if you work or actually are a student at a college. So, but again, she's a Hotchkiss. So I feel like she's not going to go down. She's not going down for scraps here, people. She's going to be her name.
Yeah, I guess I'm thinking more of like the personal aspect of how she's going to, like, I don't know, the toll it's going to take on her.
Her and Allison are similar. Mm-hmm. We've been talking about this for a couple episodes. They have very similar dispositions on the way they think. Mm-hmm. So I figure because they are similar, she don't like pout in her ownness for a second, but she's gonna come back out. And I'm not here to like take barbs from another person. Like, I'm here and I'm back. So deal with me or get out of my face. Maybe. I feel like she's gonna be like in a very defensive type of offense to everybody. I mean, because somebody actually might come up to her and just be like, why'd you, come on, you can tell me what happened.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. I want to dig deeper in to see how. I want to see her in the public eye. Like, we know it's been announced, but I want to see just her interaction with people and all the oohs and ahs. And maybe we'll get that next episode.
Yeah,
but I'm excited to see that. And also, just like, I don't know, if I don't remember correctly, they didn't really show like Claire publicly announcing the death. So
no, it was just a press release.
Yeah, it was just a press release. So I'm curious to see like how that's gonna fall into play. Like, you know, Claire is like the head honcho of the university, so I expected her to at least have like be on camera and an announcement. But I thought it wasn't grand. It was very just like press release. Taylor is alive. Like, I wanted to see more jam packed. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't know if you guys feel the same way in the comments, let us know. But I needed to see more action. I needed to see more, I don't know, responses to her death, because that's a big thing. Like, no one just like comes back, you know, to life. But I guess that typical Pretty Little Liars fashion, maybe that wasn't one thing that they really needed to highlight this episode.
I mean, some people were thinking about it, but it's dead week. So while you're worried about the dead girl who came back, you still got classes you need to do. I need you to put the focus on.
But it's not dead week for everyone. Like, it's not dead week to society.
I mean,
they're
not worried about society. They're worried about Beacon Heights University, because that's kind of the little bubble that they live in.
I just wanted to see reporters. I wanted to see all of that.
I think we're gonna get that next week.
I hope so. I'll add that to my predictions list. But also in this episode, we talked about rekindling of relationships. So let's go ahead and get into Andrew and Dylan. So, you know, we know that they've had this, I don't want to necessarily say beef, but it's been an issue because, you know, it was revealed that Nolan had slept with Dylan, and clearly your boyfriend would not be okay with that. In this episode, we kind of see them, you know, work it out and, you know, come back together. How did you feel about that? Were you excited to see them come back together, or do you think Andrew still should have made Dylan work harder for it?
For me, it's a little bit just like Ava said. There is a thin line between love and hate. And if I'm really hurt by it, it's because I truly do love you. Mm-hmm. So then you have to figure out, if you're Andrew, has the time apart helped me or hindered me?
Yeah.
Because being away from you is making me a little bit ill. I'm not functioning at my full capacity like I normally would, versus if we were together. So that's also what you have to do, is soul searching. Nobody's telling you to forgive or forget. You just have to figure out what's going to be best for your life if Dylan is still in it.
True. I mean, I get what you mean about that. He's probably was just sick without him, but I mean, that was a low blow to find out that, you know, the person that I've given my all to, that I love, that, you know, I'm in a relationship with, even though it was before we got together or however that situation played a part. Like, I don't know. I think I don't want to necessarily say that he was sick without him. I think he just was really going through it. Like, I really love this person, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't think it was one of those situations where it was like, I can't do it without him, so I might as well just stay with him. It was just,
I figured,
trying to, I don't know, putting two and two together and figuring it out.
I figured it's been a little bit like, it's been days since they were together. So, I mean, you have time to figure out what's best for you, mm-hmm. I would say. I mean, granted, I don't think he technically let him off easy, because Dylan still did lie. So if that lie comes out, I think that might be, we're done. However, I am glad that they finally did reconnect, and we had that little scene between Ava and Andrew, because Ava actually understands what Andrew was going through. Mm-hmm. She's the only one a little bit that understands that.
Yeah.
So the fact that she even put her feelings aside and was able to still be a friend for Dylan in that way just shows how far these three have come.
Definitely, because I mean, she was affected also. Like, that was her boyfriend. So, secret boyfriend.
Yeah.
So, you know, I mean, I think that was pretty strong of her too, to, you know, talk to Andrew and for them to kind of like figure that out or be there for one another.
And that song on the vinyl is everything. I'm such an old school head. There's something about 60s slow song music that just like hits my heart in the best way.
Yeah.
So I love the little dance, and I really wanted Dylan to just like, hold on a second, babe. Stop the scent real quick. Like, hold on, I'll be right back. press. Okay, now I'm back. We're back. We're good.
Oh my God.
No more secrets. I almost did something bad, but now I won't do it.
Yeah, but I mean, I personally was really happy that they were able to move past it. I mean, Nolan is gone. Mistakes happen, and you know, life is short. Clearly, we're learning in Pretty Little Liars, The Perfectionists. So it's great that they got back together. But before we go ahead and move on, do you have anything to share with our viewers?
I mean, I think I do. So, hey guys, before we get on to our next topic, we just wanted to say thank you so much for making us the ESPN of TV talk. For us to continue to grow, we need your help. It's the only way it works. So if you're on YouTube right now, give us a thumbs up and hit that like button because I think we're likable, right?
We're likable.
We're so likable. And if you're listening to us right now on iTunes, hit that 5-star, just the 5 stars, because A has taken 1 through 4. They just did it.
I'm loving the reference, hey?
I don't know why. Actually, somebody commented in one of the comments, and I'm borrowing it because I think it's amazing that they even came up with that. So thank you so much for that. You guys are awesome. You guys, I check so many of your theories, your comments, because they're really amazing, interesting, and I really do truly love what you guys have to say. But no matter like where you are, leave us a comment so you can get involved in the conversation. We're on Instagram, we're on Twitter.
Yeah.
Just reach out. I think you're awesome. Come on now. And being a part of AfterBuzz TV has meant so much to all of us. And we truly appreciate you supporting us and doing what we love. So don't forget to tell your friends to subscribe because not only do you have AfterBuzz TV dramas, you have sci-fi, reality TV competitions. We're covering all boards here, guys. We're awesome.
Yes.
Thank you for thinking we're awesome as well.
Yes, thank you for that, Chae. It was very detail-oriented. I'm here for that.
I try.
Yes, like she said, guys, tune in. We love doing this, and we can't keep doing it if you guys don't tune in, so keep being active with us. Okay, so let's go ahead and go into the next topic within our rekindling of relationships. We also saw Zach and Ava become cordial?
Yeah,
cool, I guess.
I'm not gonna say.
I don't want to say
no
friends, but they kind of dropped the beef. So acquaintances.
That's a better word.
So as we know, Zach, pretty much puts it out there that pretty much Ava. Him and his family were victims to Ava's dad and their, money, whatever issues that they had going on. So to see them come together, that was a big, I don't want to say pill to swallow, but that was a big step in putting your pride aside. How did you feel about that whole talk? And do you think that it could possibly lead to a relationship, friendship, or do you think it's just going to stay like how it is? Like, we get it, your dad was this, but, I'm going to move past it because the past is the past.
I actually like the fact that he acknowledged that because I'm not my dad. I'm sorry for what he did, but I am not. And the fact that you also keep questioning my intelligence. I wanted to fight.
Yeah.
Like those are fighting words, sir.
Yeah.
Why are you questioning the fact that I actually am smart? I don't have to cheat. Mm-hmm. If I can make it easier on myself, okay. Is it cheating if I make my own algorithm to find a thing? I don't think so, but okay, you do. Cool. We understand where your moral code is.
Yeah.
You don't want me to do it. Got you. And for you to say you're your own person and the fact that I didn't know who you were before I judged you is an amazing step for, like, you just take your pride out of the situation.
Yeah.
Because it was the same thing with all of them, like with Dylan and Caitlyn and Ava when they started to become friends. Mm-hmm. You saw me by my resume. You saw me by what I look like on paper, but we didn't know each other. Yeah. You never saw through the surface of what you expected to see anyway.
Yeah. But he had a valid point for coming for her the way he did, having those assumptions, because just being real, when someone messes with your family or just in general your livelihood, like your family source of income, survival, that hits home. And I don't care who you are. I'm not gonna go and let me just read her resume and see if she was really a true person. I can't judge her. I have to judge her dad. No, when someone does that, you're mad at the whole family. You're mad at everyone. So I think that was a really, huge step for him to, really put it aside and be like, hey, it was your dad, not you. And I'm willing to move past it. The way it should have been,
but okay.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I understand why you're mad because, you lost my college fund. I have to work however many jobs right now for my college. I totally get your anger. But it's also, I think, that the same thing I was feeling when Andrew got mad at Dylan. You're mad at me because I'm here, and obviously Ava's dad's not around, so now the full force is on you, and then Nolan's dead, so I can't put the full force has to be on you.
Yeah, but I mean, when people are upset and like they don't think about that. It's gonna be all on you because you're the only person that I can attack right now.
I get it. That's also the same thing about like when it comes to cheating. Like, why are you always going for the female instead of your man?
True. Well, that's a whole different thing. That's a whole different thing because I disagree with that too. I feel like, period, if your man cheated on you, you need to confront him, not the girl, just to put that out there. But with this kind of situation, I don't know. It's just emotions are everywhere. And then sometimes even with those situations, the female doesn't sit down and think, about the male. They just think, I'm gonna kill her, So it's just all a part of, I don't want to say mourning, but just that process of figuring out what just happened to you personally. Yeah. But I mean, it's cool. I'm happy. Maybe Zach will become a part of the posse. What do you think?
The fact that now Nolan's not around, I like the idea that maybe Zach and Ava can become. I mean, right now, friendship, I would just like lean into the friendship part.
Oh, you're thinking deeper.
But I think it'd be nice for her. Like, Zach he knows hard work.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, she does too, because she has to like prove that she's not her father. So like they both understand what it means to be determined, to hard work for your life, to go for your goals. So they share a lot of traits that I'm seeing that I like, and they can get angry super quickly before they take in a deep breath and process their lives.
Yeah. That's interesting. I wonder how that would play out. Like, if Ava's dad does eventually pop up from wherever he is, like, how would he feel about that? Them being together? I don't know.
I kind of want Ava to give Zach some of that money, just, like, take a couple grand out and just, like, here, don't work a semester or something like that. Take a breath. Take a moment for yourself.
Yeah. I mean, maybe she will. We don't know.
That's probably a prediction for later. But
that's a prediction for later, but I'm happy that they were able to, put that aside and, move forward. So next, let's talk about Mason and Mona's little, whatever relationship, friendship, whatever was going on in this episode. First of all, I don't know if it was just me, but Mason seemed like he was really kind of turning over a new leaf. Like, he was really trying to he was trying to put aside, I'm the next Nolan, and just be Mason again. How did you feel about just him and Mona and all of that together?
I think that's who Mason really is. I figured that now, for him, Mason is a good person. He's always been a good person. But also when you're around a person like Nolan, some of that can also get a little corrupted.
Yeah.
So now that, Mason was gone, he's like, I can finally be number one, but I don't think that's in his spirit, in a way. Like, there's nothing wrong with being the second guy to the person who wants the main stage. I'm totally fine being here in the background and living my best life, okay? Yeah. I am a junior Olympic silver medal winning person, okay? I am happy.
Yeah.
But I also feel like because he's floundering now, like now if I'm not Nolan, how do I reach back and find the person I was before all this? How do I find that person?
Yeah.
So, and like that's the whole soul search. And granted, now it's dead week. So while I'm on a soul search, I have to worry about my classes, and maybe I don't even want to be in my major anymore. Like, there's so many things that I don't know who I want to be in Mason's mind right now.
Yeah.
And the fact that Mona is like, we need to take a breath. Just, do you knit? Video games? I just love the fact she was like knitting.
Right.
And like, it was like a nice little like vibe there for a moment, just a smile of them being together. And then her figuring out that, oh, this is guy I've been for months.
Yeah, how did you feel about that? Okay, please help me understand this, because the whole chess game and all of that, what are they trying to get at with that? Like we find out that it's Mason, but I'm confused. Break that down. I don't know if anyone else is confused about what's going on, but can you please explain that to me?
Okay, so there are a lot of people in the chat. Yes and no, you should never blame somebody else for something any of their family members do, even if it's their family. It's Alicia. Amber says, I was like, really? It's Mason playing with Mona? And yes, I was very happy about that, and I completely hope they get together. I get why he was mad at her for Zach and Ava, but I didn't like when he was taking it out on her, which I totally agree with. Yeah. Nobody has chimed in on this new conversation yet, so I'm going to start. What I love about Jess, it's the mind strategy of it all. It's like when Mona's talking about the Queen's Gambit. The Queen's Gambit is you sacrificing. it's a biggest move you can make because you're sacrificing your king, which is supposed to protect the queen.
Yeah.
But if you're not paying attention enough, your queen's taken. It's an entire giant move, and it's very. This might not be A's game like they've been referencing so much, but it's almost like a chess game. There are pawns, there are knights, there are bishops. There's a king and a queen. There's, like, for me, a lot of symmetry for this in this game. And who's the king? Dana. Let's say Dana's the king, blocking Claire being the queen, and she's also in a way a pawn at the same time. Because even though the king is supposed to be the most powerful person on a board, is also the most vulnerable.
Right.
It has no power. It don't have as much power as you would think that person would have.
Right.
So it's like a whole thing. Like, the fact that these choose people, they're very smart, and they're feeling so lonely in the fact that they just meet each other in a game, and they can just instantly connect and, like, find an equal in that, in the, like, most least expected place.
Right. So you think this whole game of the board game is just like them just, you know, just doing it out of just, I don't know, like you said, being lonely, or just like it's just something fulfilling personally for them? Or do you think there's an overall bigger picture to this board game that they're doing? Right. So
for them, it's the game.
So you think for Mason and Mona, it was just the game, and it just so happened to be, oh, I've been playing you this whole time. Yes. But we see later
that there's a bigger game being played, and now the game isn't quote unquote A for Dana Booker, but it's also almost like a chess piece. She's almost exactly playing chess.
Right.
In a very manipulative way, which is awesome because that's how most chess players do that.
Exactly. Okay, cool. Thank you for, because I'm just like, what is this game? What is going on? I don't know anything about chess, so that was under to me. Because
they've been playing for months. They never knew it was anonymous.
Yeah.
And for the fact that that friendship that they started anonymously has now transferred over to a, are you going to be what I think you're going to be if we meet? Like, will you be disappointed in who I am? Will I be disappointed in who I am? Because Mason and Mona do have some good things versus Mona can be good. She just mostly chooses to be bad. And that's like Mona's whole thing. But I think if Mason was in her life, that gives her that balance that you need to actually really figure out the moral compass in your life.
Yeah.
So that's why I actually do like them. I can see them being a couple. And they do have they have some vibes going on.
Oh, okay.
They got some vibes. I'm feeling them. He's like, okay, so, it's you. So whose next move is it? Like, who move is it now?
I did not get that, but that's cool. I would like to see that also. But yeah, you know, it's just been it's been reoccurring. So I'm just like, what are they trying to get at? And I guess we see with Dana, we're seeing that maybe it could be a, you know, coming together of Mason and Mona, but it also can be that sneaky strategy side with Dana Booker, which I think we will see, you know, next episode.
Because there are pawns, there are bishops, there are rooks, there's so many people to be manipulated before you get to the end game, whatever game Dana's trying to win.
Right. Wow, that was deep. Okay.
I tried.
What are people saying?
Alicia 420 says, why?
420, that's my birthday.
I like him with Mona. He is hot and he is extremely smart. Think about what he's going to look like when he takes that shirt off. A lot of people want him to take his shirt off.
No, I agree.
Arun says, I think there is more to Dana. She may have been the one who killed Nolan or was after Taylor. Amber Carson says,
why would that be?
Maybe to get to Ava. Like, maybe this is all an elaborate plan to get Ava's dad to come out of hiding, to get her old job back.
That's real extreme.
Well, we know she's extreme.
Well,
so
yeah.
Amber Carlson says the cupcakes were creepier than the one that Hannah ate as a gift. Aaron Queesing says, see, they have chemistry. Though the Mac727 says, LOL, I don't get vibes from Mason and Mona. It's probably because he doesn't seem like her type.
Yeah, I don't get those either. That's why I thought that was interesting.
I mean, she's grown now. Maybe she has a new type. We never know.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Also, real quick, shout out to Arun. Happy belated birthday. I had to get that out there. I hope you had a great birthday from us here at the Perfectionists After Show.
When was her birthday? When was her birthday?
The birthday was 2 weeks ago. But I'm remembering it, so I was just like, I promised I would say it, and I really wanted to give the shout out.
Oh, well, happy birthday. My birthday was last week, so I was trying to see if we had similar birthdays. But okay, let's go ahead and just move on. So,
somebody in chat said Dana knows about Rosewood, so that also could be the game that's happening. Yep.
Interesting. But yeah, so let's talk about Caitlyn.
Yes.
We saw a lot of trial, error, soul searching with Caitlyn this episode. How did you, what did you get out of that, her whole interview and just her really trying to figure out who is Caitlyn, throughout this whole episode?
I think for Caitlyn, she's known what she's had to do. She's always lived her life by knowing what's expected of me, knowing what I'm supposed to become, and following that script. But now somebody's asking me pizza or tacos or The Survivor or The Bachelor. I'm choosing Survivor because no offense, like I ain't got time. Like if I'm going to watch either, if I'm really gonna get like competitive about something, I'm not doing it over men. I'm just sorry to tell people. However, I don't think anybody's ever asked who the person Caitlyn is versus the daughter of the senator. The top student at Beacon Heights.
She's the perfectionist.
The perfectionist. Right. She's been groomed most of her life to be this, which is why she's practicing index cards with Jeremy, which is so also flashback into Pretty Little Liar days with Spencer and Toby. Totally get those vibes.
Yeah.
And first of all, that was just hot. Yay, strip study session. I am here for it. That made my heart soar. It really did. But when you're asked that and you get confused.
Yeah.
You're like, ma'am, I can talk about FCC regulations.
Right. Because I feel like we've kind of seen vulnerable sides from everyone but her. Like we've seen like Ava going through things with her family. Like we know her. But I thought this episode was really cool that we finally got to see Caitlyn. Like we got to see her vulnerable side. Like you said, we always see her put together. We always see her coming up with the plans, doing this, doing that. So for her to finally be able to sit back and go, wait, what is my favorite food? What is this? What is that? I thought that was really interesting. But I thought, was that kind of weird to you that those were kind of questions within the interview process? Or
I think they're different for her specifically.
Because of her resume and how it was so squeaky clean. It was like, okay, we need to see. It was probably, I guess, one of those personality things. Like, okay, well, we know you're good on paper, but can I sit in a room with you? Or can I do this? Can I do that? Or
I thought it was interesting that the interviewer said that politics isn't so much about the politics, and it's about the people. Like, can we get her in office? Like, for current affairs, ma'am, yes. Can we remind the people in Congress and everything? It's about us. We the people. I love that, like, little, like, trying to hit something over the head. Yeah. To also just remind people, it is about us. We're people. You're supposed to be in office for us, fighting for us. Yeah. It's not about, if I have the money here, you'll back me on that. No. What about us?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I really like to see that, and I really like the revelation that she had later, where she really took time to figure it out. She took time to talk it out. It was kind of weird how she just kind of jumped out with it, but it really made her sit in, like, with all the chaos that is going on, she finally got to figure out who she was as a person. I thought that was beautiful, because I think it's important to, be one with yourself, and maybe it'll help her, along the way as they continue to go through this craziness of trying to figure out who is the killer, who is this, So I thought it was beautiful.
And not being a robot. Just remembering you are human. No matter how much your mom would like you, to just jump right back in the track after, instead of 2 months, 6 weeks. Yeah. Right. I love the moments between her and Jeremy when she finally showed up for their date, because he was so worried. Oh yeah, it was just super sweet. How did I forget about that? It was like finally they can finally be public, and it's baby steps. But you saw Jeremy was trying to grab her hand and stuff. He's trying to take it there like we've been a thing. But, we've been doing things. We have, but for image purposes, or I guess they just need to take baby steps. But I thought that was really cute that they finally got to come together and be in the public eye. I love the fact that he just told her, I love that you're eating carbs again. And she's just like, it's that week. Everyone's eating carbs. I was just like, girl, what is your regimen like? Not doing Dead Week. I really now want to know this information. Yeah. And her order Luke, the server guy, was just, if it's beefsteak, no, I was just, my brain would have like went like catatonic for a second listening to that order if I was Luke. Granted, you know, he did it, but I actually agree. I kind of want that little Twinkie pie. Like, that actually made me want, like, some fried Twinkies.
I don't like fried Twinkies.
What's wrong with you?
That's just not my thing.
Guys, if you've never had a fried Twinkie, please try it. Any Six Flags.
What are the chocolate cupcake things? I was that kind of girl. I like the
chocolate cupcake.
You remember they had Twinkies and they just had the chocolate one with the little white swoop thing on it?
Like, I wouldn't call them ho-hos, but like they're kind of like
ho-hos are the ones that are rolled up.
Then the cupcakes, the chocolate cupcakes.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I mean, that's what ho-ho is?
No.
See, we can out talking.
But ho-ho is the roll up. Someone tell us what ho-hos are while we talk about the next topic.
Sarah says my birthday is May 27th.
Oh God, we have a lot of shout outs coming up.
Amber said that Caitlyn's really like Spencer. She is so freaking driven to be the best at everything. The Max727 says Jeremy was so adorable when it came to the date, and I like him more than Andrew. Ooh,
for sure.
Shade.
I do too.
Billie Jean Girl 24 says it was funny how Allison and Mona were bringing up their past, and the others took out their phones to Google them, which was my favorite scene, by the way. She's like, remember the dollhouse? And
they were like, where did you guys come from? Who are you guys?
Rosewood, Pennsylvania, in unison. Like, if you did not know, now you know where I'm from. And she was like, they're like, who's A? Mona. First of all, that was so classic.
It was very classic.
Because you were A, then you weren't A, then you became A again.
Exactly. And then it
so
just also just showed the growth. Like, I just thought it was really cool to just see, like, this was my past and this is, you know, what I am now. And then we even, I don't want to, like, linger on it, but we even saw, like, in this episode, too, how Allison was kind of trying to figure out, like, why am I here? I feel like I'm still in the same predicament that I was in Rosewood. I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to progress. And I'm still, it's just like, why is drama following me? I thought that was pretty interesting, too, when she had that whole, like, breakdown thing.
But I mean, it's so easy to say there would be no more drama in my life. You can say it. I don't know how God gonna bless you with it, but
right. But I mean, this is extensive drama. This isn't just, you know, this is deep drama. But okay, let's get into the woman of the hour, Dana Booker.
I'm done with Dana.
Okay, so first of all, Dana revealed to the group that the hit and run was actually, let me go back to my notes, it was actually a student who thought it was a deer.
A minor
that thought
and the records were sealed. She said that so quick. Okay, so now I know you lying.
Yeah, so the teenager was the person that hit her. They thought it was a deer, blah, blah, blah. The driver was a minor. What do you think about that? Do you think that was bullcrap or?
It was so much bullcrap. Which?
Because they thought it was Dana, right?
If you like.
Right.
You can, which, okay, please replace that with the B. Let me tell you something, okay? Did you, like, I legit feel like she's micing them or microchipping them to, like, figure out their, because even the earlier conversation they were having with Mona, and she was just like, oh, the records are sealed. That's why you won't, if you look, you won't find anything.
Yeah.
The correlation of that is there's something just off. Yeah. So if you know it's a minor, you know the record is sealed. It's also for their protection when a record is sealed like that, because they're under the age of 18. Mm-hmm. So you're thinking in your mind, if I tell you this information, oh, you're going to forget all about it. Which, please.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I thought that was pretty crazy. And then also, let's talk about her, like, acting as Nolan. And we briefly touched on it, but how did you feel when we realized that she was that second person that Mona has been playing, and she was the one who delivered the cupcakes and all of that? Was that... What do you think she's scheming? I'm trying to figure out what is Dana trying to get at.
I feel like Dana has a lot of different things and the fact that there are so many things you can't really even figure out what the bigger picture of it all is, and that's what's the most frustrating about her character. Because even with Dylan, so now we know she knows Dylan's, what he did. Mm-hmm. And so that leads to, oh, now am I going to be a rat for you, or are you going to blackmail me? How can I not get you to share this information so I can still go to school and get my education? Yeah.
And then, like, why did the cupcake say, can we be pals? Like, I'm just trying to figure that out, too. Like, what was her purpose?
It's almost exactly kind of like A did, like in OG.
Well, they compared her to it, so.
It's some it's A-like things.
It is.
And even the three amigos are just like, are we calling her A now? Yeah, because it's appropriate. Mm-hmm. It's a bully who manipulates you, basically. Yeah. Into doing their bidding to win a game that they only know in their own mind.
Yeah, I don't know, but I'm really, Mona was pissed, and I am
which
excited.
Is going down. Like, you going up against Mona, she won the game. Like, you really think you coming for her today?
Right, it's Mona. Like, I'm excited to see what's gonna happen next episode. But okay, we are like slowly running out of time. Let's go ahead and get into our special segment really quick. What do you have for us?
She's gonna be a red herring in the chat. She's still evil. I don't like. She can be a red herring all she wants. So, guys, we're gonna do a really quick game of Pretty Little Truth and Pretty Little Lies. Have you missed it? Because we so have. So today's question is: do we think Taylor really planned to tell Allison about her mini beacon guard in her RV or not?
I don't think she did. I think it kind of just came out. What do you think?
I feel like it's her truth. I mean, is it wrong or is it right? I don't know, but that is eventually she might, because they think like Allison found her. So if you really don't think she wouldn't have found your mini beacon guard, okay, cool. I mean, she's not as tech savvy as Mona, however, but I don't think it would have stayed a secret as much as she would like to have.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, I'm excited to see what else is with Taylor next episode. I'm excited to see Dana. I'm really excited to see how the rest of the season is going to unfold. But before we go, do you have any predictions?
I do.
AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Ooh, that's new. I like that.
Okay, so my prediction is I think Dana is going to try to blackmail Dylan to now be a rat on Caitlyn and Ava. However, I think he's gonna tell them because they already know that Dana has something on Dylan, so they're gonna hopefully try to use that to their advantage. That she's trying to use you. Let's use her back.
Okay, I have a feeling that Mona is knowing the bad bee that Mona is. She is gonna take Dana down. I feel like it's gonna be the attack of Dana this episode. I think they're gonna all come together and they're gonna just go after her. At least I hope so.
And I mean, for some people in chat saying a red herring, that's a great way to knock down the pawn.
Yeah.
Because even though I keep saying that she might be the king, she might be the queen, she might just be a rook or a pawn more than anything.
Maybe. We'll see. But okay, that's all that we have this episode, guys. Chae, would you like to let them know where they can find you on social media?
Oh, of course. You guys can find me at Real Chae Jones on Twitter and Instagram. You guys can also find me at 6 p.m. on Now Apocalypse on Sundays. We have 2 more episodes left and then, finale time. I'm ready.
Yeah, same. And you guys can find me on all social media platforms at _Tyra Prude. You guys can catch me on The Voice after show. And yeah, back here again next Thursday.
And we're booked for the next 3 weeks with guests. Like, I just can't wait for you guys to see who's coming in and joining us.
Same. So yeah, love you guys. See you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.